FBI, you up? Yes, FBI, this guy right here. Money talks, and it's way louder than human lives. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. Republican who called drag shows a threat to kids quits after having sex with his intern, which, thank you, Guardian. Very cool. You didn't have to say sex with intern. We have a shorter way of saying this. It's called rape. I love the contrast between like the title and then the subheading. The title, Republican who called drag shows a threat to kids quits after sex with intern. The subheading, Texas lawmaker gave alcohol to underage intern, then had sex with her while she was intoxicated. That's rape. He drugged and raped a girl who, he drugged and raped a 19-year-old girl who was his intern. Very different headline. I think that you should have wrote. Personally, it's my personal opinion. Jail forever. Jail forever. Republican state lawmaker who once proposed banning children from attending drag shows to supposedly shield them from being groomed for abuse had engaged in inappropriate sexual conduct with a 19-year-old intern. This is not inappropriate sexual. It's rape. Can you imagine this? I'm sorry. Listen, judge, he didn't assault her. It's inappropriate sexual contact. It's inappropriate sexual contact. It was just, it was just a little inappropriate. It was just a little inappropriate, It's just, guys, it's just a little inappropriate to supply an alcohol to an intern and another young staffer, then have sex with that intern after she became intoxicated, and then later showed her a threatening email while saying everything would be fine if she kept quiet about the encounter. It's just a little inappropriate, guys. Just a little inappropriate. Tiny bit. Smidgen. Could have been better, I must say. Could have been better. And this is on top of the Tennessee lawmaker who pushed to make it illegal to have drag shows or to go to drag shows or like dress and drag in public at all, after he would sexually harass his intern in her apartment block that was so bad that the Republican Congress had to then shield him from repercussions and then pay to move that intern out of that apartment block that they shared and across the city to another part of the city, completely on the opposite side of the city from him, just to give her space and so she won't be around him at all points in time. It was that bad. It was that bad. GOP leader who voted to expel the Tennessee Three, 2 black people and 1 white people who committed the crime of not wanting children to be shot. So they protested with protesters who were asking the legislature to pass gun laws that makes it less likely for children to be shot and killed. This is the people who actually did something good after the Covington shooting. Representative Scott Campbell resigned about 6 hours after News Channel 5 confronted him about his sexual harassment allegations.
Now,
you know what? I'll listen to this. It's good.
This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Thank you, News Channel 5. Very cool.
We have just received a letter from him resigning immediately, and we accepted it.
All right, thank you.
And with that, House Speaker Cameron Sexton announces the resignation of a member of his Republican leadership team.
Look at that look at that disgusting fuck.
Just hours after News Channel 5 Investigates exposed a sexual harassment scandal involving that lawmaker. Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie Sharp.
And I'm Vicki Yates. Representative Scotty Campbell was among those who recently voted to expel the Tennessee Three. But it turns out Campbell and the GOP had their own secrets.
As our Phil Williams discovered, Campbell had quietly been found guilty of sexually harassing legislative interns. But nothing had happened, Phil, until today.
Multiple interns. It was his favorite pastime is to sexually harass young women interns who are working for the GOP, which, is disgusting. Now, I will say, if you're a woman working for the GOP, you should probably expect to get assaulted or harassed. That being said, that's disgusting, and they don't deserve that at all.
That's right. We discovered that the East Tennessee Republican had been found guilty in that secret process of sexually harassing the college interns, accused of some extremely vulgar behavior. But Campbell didn't lose his leadership post in the Republican caucus nor his committee seats. That all changed within hours after we confronted him this morning. Hey, Representative Campbell, how are you, sir? We wanted to give the East Tennessee Republican a chance to respond to the findings of our latest investigation of Tennessee's Capitol Hill.
Wait, look at this, look at this. Wait, look at this, look at this.
Sexually harassing this intern?
Look at this.
Give me just 5 seconds. Okay.
In fact, Scotty Campbell already knew we were investigating some serious allegations.
Hold on just a second.
About his relationship with at least one legislative intern. He would soon divulge there was a second intern.
He's got to
just look at me. Campbell.
He's got to take another sip of his alcohol before moving on. Run. Look. Come on.
As vice chair of the House Republican caucus, and when 3 Democrats engaged in a gun violence protest on the House floor, he voted to expel all 3. Yet this memo, obtained by News Channel 5 Investigates, shows a secret ethics panel recently concluded that based on a staff investigation, the ethics subcommittee finds that Representative Campbell violated the legislature's sexual harassment policy.
I just think it's quite curious. Secret panel. He was publicly sexually harassing multiple women, and so for his public crime against women, they held a private, secret subcommittee to see if he actually did it. And then they did. And you know what they did? Nothing.
I had consensual adult conversations with 2 adults off property.
One doesn't get written up for consensual conversations. The letter says that you were guilty of violating the harassment policy.
I think conversations are consensual once that's verbally agreed to. And if I choose to talk to any intern in the future, it will be recorded.
One of the
Oh, those nasty women always getting mad at me for, you know what? Here, let's instead of me talking about what he did, here, let's just hear what he did.
Interns had an apartment in Capitol Towers, a condo apartment complex next to the Capitol, where Campbell also had a place. The Republican lawmaker allegedly saw her and a 19-year-old intern going into her apartment. According to an account that the victim sent to her university, Campbell made comments about how he was in his apartment imagining that we were performing sexual acts on one another, and how it drove him crazy knowing that was happening so close to him.
All right, boys, let's count his sins. Let's count his sins. All right, it's time to count some sins. Republican, uggo, stinks, sexualizing gay women, sexually harassing women, being a Republican, being ugly, being a Republican, being ugly, being cringe, being a Republican, being ugly. So there's many crimes that he's got, honestly. And I think it's time to throw him away. You repeat yourself? No, I didn't.
The woman added, I uncomfortably explained that was not happening, and he insisted that he knew it was and asked me to tell him about it. She continued, I explained that she is my friend, and he proceeded to describe how sexually attractive he finds her.
Oh gosh. Ew. All right, guys, 1 in chat if you would feel unsafe going to sleep that night. 2 in chat if you would be fine. Yeah, we got to put this guy in the ever jail. We got to put this guy in the ever jail. It's where he belongs. 3, just shoot me. Can you imagine? You're chilling out in your apartment. You and your friend are busy playing. The Sims 3 on your laptop or whatever women do when they're together alone. And fucking Uggo McGee decides to text you on the number that he got from your job and be like, I know you all fucking in there. I know you all fucking each other in there. Y'all hot as fuck, girl. Tell me how hot you fucking in there. I'm 3 floors below you. I know you fucking. I can smell it. I got lotion. I'm rubbing my dick. I got lotion on my dick. I'm stroking my dick down here. It's just like, yeah, you belong in jail, bro. Why do they always pick the worst facial hair? Gun safety.
Referring to the 19-year-old intern. You were in your apartment imagining that they were performing sexual acts on one another?
That's not true.
So she's just making that up?
Yes.
On another occasion,
them calling her a liar. Nice one, buddy. Yeah, that one will really go over well.
The woman says she went to Campbell's apartment to return a wrench she had borrowed. Quote, he proceeded to ask how many men I've slept with. She recalled, I told him 0, and he insisted I was lying and told me not to lie. He then proceeded to ask how many women I've slept with and said he bets girls go crazy over me. You asked her about how many men she had slept with and then asked about how many women she had slept with?
No.
So you're saying she's just making all of this up?
I'm saying that we had a consensual adult conversation.
Oh, okay. So they did say that. So he did say that. He just doesn't think that it was wrong that he said it. Just so we know, that we understand here, that's politician speak for, yes, I did say that to her, but she asked for it. And we were having a normal conversation where after random girl gave me her wrench, gave me my wrench back. I then proceeded to ask her about how many dicks have been inside of her. And, that was just a normal consensual conversation that normal consensual adults have. As we know, very normal. Maybe it's very normal for you and your conservative buddies, but not very normal for normal human beings. I'll tell you that. Since we talked about Texas a little bit, let's stay in Texas for a moment, and let's talk about that shooting that happened a little while ago. I actually plan on doing a whole segment on the shooting sometime soon. Now that I have everything that I need done for it, I was waiting for some stuff to get done, as well as I had some issues when it comes to my sleep and everything. So we'll get to that soon. But a little touch on that. I just want to touch on what this Republican said on Fox News right at the day of the shooting when it happened. And this is going to be the Republicans' response to shootings moving forward. I want you to understand that and not be shocked and surprised, but still get on them for it because it is sick and nasty. The death cult of the Republican Party. Take a look at this.
And just like General Mathis once said, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet because you never know. Even if you're at your workplace, your business workplace, something you might say could possibly cause someone to snap because they've had a very bad day. You don't know what kind of day someone's had, and your words can make the difference between someone having a good day or a bad day. So always speak with kind words to somebody, and your words can make a difference.
Be prepared to kill anybody who you meet. That is how they're going to be moving forward. Oh, should we pass laws to make it more hard for mentally ill people and Nazis to get guns to kill people? No, of course not, because that's their voter base, and they would never pass laws to hurt them that overtly. Only covert hurting, taking away their future. But that's something that they'll feel way after they're out of office and scooped up all the money that they want off of their donations and off of taxpayer dollars. Okay, but define mentally ill, fascist, conservative. With that being said, politics, they're running. There's politics by hallucinations. Politics by complete hallucinations. That's how they run their party, by things that they imagine things and then they think things were revealed to them in a dream, and then they vote for policies that they think would be beneficial in that way. Matt Walsh is filth. He is filth. He is a literal villain. If there are people who are actual, villains who must be, destroyed and stopped, Matt Walsh is definitely one of them. Ron DeSantis is another one. Speaking of that, Florida rejects Holocaust education textbooks and clamp down on woke instruction. This was this month as well. 2 Holocaust educational textbooks were rejected by the Florida Department of Education as being too woke. And so they didn't want to pass them because Ron DeSantis thought it would make his voters upset to learn about the Holocaust in this way. And he, specifically doesn't like to say anything bad about fascism, Nazism, Nazis, or far right identitarians. So, we talked about that before. You can look back. Some of his voters are these types of people. Look back in that video that we did about the Nazis of Florida. It'll be incredibly interesting and enlightening, honestly. Editors, link back to that. These books were rejected as a broader new K-12 social studies material. According to the documents reviewed by the state, the education department did not approve any new textbooks on the Holocaust this year. Ooh, it's so good. It's so good. Just like what's happening in Florida at the moment, okay? So something else that happened in Florida that I find very interesting is DeSantis's opinions on immigration. So let me talk to you about this for a second, okay? Immigration is an incredibly interesting topic that is very nuanced and very important because of how America runs. Agriculture is still very important to America, even though we move more towards a service-based economy and not like an agriculture or production-based economy as much anymore. But it's still quite important. And things that migrants do are important for the functioning of America, and Republicans just don't really care about that. They like the idea of shitting on migrants without having to actually think about the repercussions for shitting on migrants. And so DeSantis thought that he wanted to take a break from shitting on trans people to shitting on trans people and gay people and black people and Jewish people really quick, and women, to shit on like another group of people. And this time it was migrants. And so he passed a law recently that said that now every single business in Florida has to use EVerify. EVerify is basically something that's used to make sure that a company isn't hiring any people who are in the country illegally or any illegal migrants, illegal aliens, right? And on the face, you could be like, who cares? Weird, strange, right? But when it comes to a state that has a very big agriculture industry, like Florida, it can start to become a bit of an issue, because there may not be enough people to actually work those jobs, to actually get things done. America, the backbone of America, used to be slaves, like literal chattel slaves, that actually made things tick in America. And now it's illegal migrants who are in the country illegally, who are doing work that is the backbone of America, whether that be in agriculture or manufacturing or construction. Those people make those people make our country tick. They really do. And more than I think a lot of people imagine, a lot more than people want to believe, because the way in which conservatives are talking about this, and I'm talking about the really like off the wall radical conservatives. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about neocons here specifically, because neocons love illegal migrants because they get to pay them under the table. They get to treat them like shit. They get to, harass them, torture them, pay them basically nothing, have them live in fucking tenements and in like Hoovervilles, while they like make money hand over fist over their, subjugation and their, and their status as illegal, while threatening to, deport them if they don't work extra hours and stuff like that, right? That being said, do I want that to happen to migrants? No. I think they should be made legal immigrants and be able to, I think they should be made legal citizens if they would like, and be able to work wherever they want. And I don't think borders should be able to stop people from doing that a lot. Barring some like horrible things like you're a fucking massive giga criminal or something, right? Right? Let them stay. But DeSantis didn't want to let them stay. So they passed the EVerify. And this is what happened when they did. Take a look at this. The before and after. Before and after EVerify. Look at them grapes. The family had to actually go out there themselves and do a little bit of picking after they kicked out all the migrants. Man, look how efficient they are. Man, they're so good at their job. Oh man, they're really making it happen. Ruin the agriculture industry in Florida. They actually really did. I'm not even joking. They actually did.
Without Hispanic workers in Florida, empty fields, empty work sites.
A esta hora, 9:30 de la mañana, esto estuviera lleno de gente, de muchos trabajadores latinos.
Construction site, completely empty.
No hay nada, señores.
No hay trabajadores. Venimos a checar a Miami, a ver si es cierto y es verdad, mira. No hay trabajadores, todo vacío.
Ahora cuénteme, miren, los que quedan están sentados. Porque mira cómo está el trabajo ahí, miren.
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what the fuck these people are saying.
Están sentados. Esos son los que tienen papeles. Los que quedan.
So true, lady.
Nunca había visto yo una gente.
I agree with everything this lady is saying.
El Rey Florida. Miren, no están los estoqueros, los que conducen las máquinas. Todo se mira de
Máquina? Yeah, I'm reading Chainsaw Man too.
Todo está parado en Florida.
Van a cerrar este trabajo por falta de personal, no lo pueden continuar.
They said I love Shark. That's sick. I love them too.
People working today. Usually there's about 100.
Oh, now I can actually know what's happening. Let's go. English, let's go.
Less than 20 people working today. Usually there's about 100. And it's really interesting. I'm wondering how they're going to get this project done with.
It won't.
out undocumented workers.
It won't.
El trabajo hay.
No, it's over. The understanding is over.
Pero la mano de obra se fue. Es lunes, 10:15 de la mañana. Esta tienda solía estar llena de gente.
So true.
Sobre todo este tipo de material. Y miren como pueden ver, ahí está.
Now that's factual. This guy's spitting.
Entonces lo que voy a hacer es trabajar solo. Miren.
Hit it, man. You get him. You give it to him.
Nomás yo estoy aquí.
Hell yeah.
Nadie sabe lo que tiene hasta que lo ve perdido. Miren, para que vean, ve.
We're all of the U.S. citizens who desperately need work. Yeah, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. We're all those U.S. citizens who desperately need work. Where are they? Crazy. It's crazy. Americans typically don't want to work a lot of these types of jobs if they have the opportunity to. If you're like young and you've gone through college, you don't really want to work at a construction site. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, you probably want to do something other than get a construction site. Like, you know, do what you probably went to college for, what your diploma is for, and not like do construction or something. You want to be a YouTuber. That's what you want to do. Typically, as countries get more and more rich, there's less and less people who actually want to do this type of work. This is actually very important, real work that makes the country tick. They don't want to do that, which is, you know, understandable. And so like migrants help shore up a lot of that workforce in areas that a lot of Americans don't want to work in. Not to say no Americans want to work in agriculture, just a lot of them don't. And not the way that a lot of migrants work, because the conditions aren't typically great, because they can treat them worse because they're migrants. What are they going to do? Get mad? They'll deport them.
Estoy yo subido aquí solo. Nadie me está cortando, nadie está.
So just to be completely clear, this is Florida destroying their agriculture and construction industry to own the libs and own the own the migrants, because they're evil, stinky, horrible poo-poo heads who are here to destroy the country and are ruining the country with their work. Adios, Florida. I don't know what that means, but I imagine it's something cool. Look at these women. Look at all these construction women. Let's go. I love construction women. They're so cool. They can't own the migrants when they're all gone. Well, there it is. No, just somebody said build the wall. Who's building it, brother? You kicked out all the you know, the funniest thing about the whole build the wall thing is because there's probably like a lot of like migrants who are building that wall. who are in the process of building that wall. I love it. They like hire migrants to build a wall to keep the migrants out. Welcome to America, bro. Just ass backwards to the finest degree. To the finest degree. I dig my hole, you build a wall. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Listen to this. That's not it. We're not done. If you think that we're done, we ain't done. Okay? We got a couple more memes left. These ones a little bit shorter. Take a look at this. Tonight, a man with an AR-15 has been showing up for weeks to a school bus stop for local elementary school students. People say their kids are afraid. The man says he's protesting Governor Wes Moore's, the governor of Maryland's, new gun control law. You'll hear from both sides at 5 to 6 p.m. So, bro, who's definitely built like a school shooter. Like, can we be honest with ourselves? No matter what you think of him, bro is definitely built like a school shooter. Dude is definitely like ripping and raring to go murder children as soon as possible, right? Just look at him. Look at his fucking face. Look at his hat. Look at the way he stands. He's got that like virgin stand on him. He's skinny fat. He's wearing like Vans with the pants not even like cuffed or anything, just like weirdly over his shoes. It's sad. It truly is sad. Disgusting even. He's got the drip. You mean blood? That's what he wants. Listen, he's a concerned citizen here to terrify children with an AR-15 at a bus stop. Listen, this just proves that is he maybe honestly, if there's any psyop, maybe this is the psyop, okay? Like, oh yes, I'm going to protest gun laws so we can have more guns by showing up to a children's bus stop with a gun and terrorizing children while we're in a nationwide school shooting and a mass shooting epidemic. Sure, bud. Yeah, he's got that school shooter drip. Yeah, there you go. Take a look at him.
Cell phone video taken Wednesday shows a school bus dropping off Severn Elementary School students while a man with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle in his hands looks on from across the street. Jamie,
that shit is fucking insane. I'm sorry, that is insane. That's crazy. Yeah, he should watch out before some parents become a concerned citizen. I'm very concerned. Listen, if he was in New York, somebody would have if he was in New York and maybe a little different, somebody would have put him in a chokehold by now.
Sparrow, the parent who recorded this video, says he's seen the man there for 3 weeks.
I feel like if we don't do something about it now, then we'll be talking again, and it'll be too late at that point, you know?
What do you mean by too late?
I think that lives could be lost, people could be harmed.
Sparrow says besides the fear,
this guy's fucking, what the fuck is this?
It's caused, sometimes the bus won't bring kids home because they've heard he's out there. The man with the gun is Jaden McAdory, and he says what he's doing is not about scaring parents or children, it's about protesting the recent gun control measures
100% what you're doing.
More signed into law.
I really wasn't coming out here for the kids. I was coming out here to show people that this is legal.
For parents who might ask, just because you can do this, does that mean that you should do this?
No, it does not mean that.
This guy's gonna kill somebody. This guy's gonna kill somebody. I see it now. This guy's gonna murder somebody. There's going to be a murder-suicide here sometime soon. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. No, but I'll do it anyways. He's been standing in the sun for way too long. Yeah, the crazy thing about it is that this guy's actually white. He's just been standing in the Maryland sun for so long that he actually got a little tan. It's wild how it works out. Unlike some of my viewers, he actually tans. It's wild. Crazy. My advice, stop, get some help. Yeah, he's deep fried. My advice, stop, he does need psychiatric help as soon as possible. Yeah, this is just insane.
But I think that if I do this enough, that it will create enough deterrence from crime in there.
If I stand out here with my gun in the middle of a pretty well-off Maryland neighborhood, it'll deter crime in the area. Yeah, this guy's gonna die. This guy's either going to be killed or kill somebody and then be killed. But there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bro is just going to be dead soon. Fuck you, Shark. I have a sunburn right now. Yeah, pale ass bitch, sunburned ass bitch, bodied, boiled. You really are a boiled peanut now. I mean, like, I've tanned too. Like, I've been spending a lot of time outside, as you can see. Look at that. That is a trucker's tan, like right here. I am definitely a bit darker now. Not on like this side. This side's still light, but like this side, like look at that. Darkened, lightened, darkened, lightened. It's wild. But yeah, the sun's been out there. This is proof that I've been spending time outside when I'm not streaming. Start showing off the guns. Big boy. I haven't gone to the gym in like 2 weeks. I need to go back. I'm out of the swing of it. Out of the swing of it. Yeah, very normal stuff. You know what else is very normal? This. Look how normal this is. POV, I'm very normal. But VOV, I'm a very normal and competent Republican who should be listened to and taken seriously.
I hear you homo-loving motherfuckers really think that women can be men. Tell me this, if I fuck you in the butt, buddy, you gonna be able to have a baby?
Maybe. Why? You want to try?
We want to find out. You got your woman over there saying she ain't gonna have no kids. She kind of just a parasite, right? She's producing nothing, just eating and consuming.
Anybody up eating and consuming?
Some wild transgender-loving weirdos.
Yeah. Most normal hog. What in tarnation? Average Republican average Republican voicemail. I see. It's me, the eater and consumer. I'm the consumer. You're a very pretty man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Are you asking to have sexual relations? Are you trying to butt my fuck? He is. He really is. Thank you, Jesse Dollamore, for providing us with such a very interesting, voicemail. Thank you, Jesse Dollamore. Incredibly curious, indeed. Remarkable, I must say. Remarkable, truly remarkable. All right. As long as we're on the topic of sex, let's talk about Lauren Boebert, whose son just impregnated a 15-year-old. And she's talking about how happy she is that they're choosing life by pressuring the 15-year-old to not get an abortion.
And my oldest son, he is going to be a dad in April, the beginning of April. And I made the announcement.
That is one way to say that your son impregnated a 15-year-old, yeah.
April, and I made the announcement because I want to encourage so many people that life wins. Life is a good thing. This is never something that is going to destroy your life by adding more life to it. And so I'm so happy that my son and his girlfriend chose life.
My son and his girlfriend chose life. Yeah, man, that's one way to call pressuring the 15-year-old your daughter impregnated into not getting an abortion after being impregnated. Sure. Choose. Yeah. Nothing was chosen here. It seemed like it was a lot of force, honestly. I know a bunch of people that would disagree. Yeah. And they live in Colorado. They could easily get an abortion if they need it. Now, I'm not saying that they need to get an abortion. I don't know if anybody needs to get an abortion unless it's going to kill them. I don't know the intra details of everything that's going on. What I will say is that it is very strange to word your son impregnating a 15-year-old and wanting to call it a choosing life, but it seems like in all actuality, it seems like you are choosing to push the kid not to take a plan B or something or get an abortion, which is just, very strange. Very, very, very strange stuff. The kid also missed that same kid, son of 17. Yeah. Still think it's pretty fucking gross. I'm going to be honest with you. I still think it's pretty fucking crazy. Almost 18. I thought he was 18. I think he just turned 18. Or he's turning 18 soon. It's one of the two. But there's a reasonably big age gap between there. And the girl is 15, so family entirely made up of pedophiles. Holy fucking shit, you're right. Oh my gosh. I forgot. Yeah, Lauren Boeber's ex-husband now, because they're getting a divorce, in Rifle, Colorado in the 90s, her husband went to, her and her, now ex-husband both went to a bowling rink when they didn't know each other. And then her, husband went up to her and her who was underage and her underage friends, and then whipped out his dick and started helicoptering his dick in front of them. Like, look at my penis, minors. Look at my genitalia, you minors. Haha, funny, you're minors and I'm showing you my penis. And then he got arrested, and then she married him afterwards, and then they got married afterwards after that. And now they're divorced. But then they had kids, and it seemed like her oldest son then went on to then impregnate another 15-year-old after she was also, and then after they got married, Bober also became a teen mom. He then impregnated her as a teen as well. And that's why she's young, and her son is also reasonably, old for a kid. Like father, like son, impregnating minors. I guess that's just a little quirk that runs in the family. Speaking of that, last big meme, honestly, is I want to talk a little bit about this article that was released like 2 days ago. Another version of like the little death cult that they got going on. All gender bathrooms will cause violence from dads like me. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by psychosis? Smile and wave, everyone. We're witnessing mental illness. Is that a threat? A bill that would allow Illinois businesses to build bathrooms that are open to all genders move closer to that's not you can't do that legally. You can't fucking make unisex bathrooms in Illinois. Is that true? What? Still, a comment by a Republican state senator during debates Thursday is being condemned by politicians and activist groups. On the Senate floor that day, Senator Neil Anderson claimed that mixed gender multi-occupancy bathrooms will inspire physical altercations. No, it won't. Saying that he himself could be driven to violence if a guy walked into the same bathroom as his 10-year-old daughter. What? Okay, so he's saying that like men like me will just either be killing or raping people in bathrooms. It's going to be one of the two. I'm either going to kill somebody or I'm going to rape somebody in the bathroom. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So me and people like me got to be kept away from people. You know how it is. All we do, kill and rape, It's kind of in our blood. It's how God made us. So you got to give us another bathroom. FBI, you up? Yes, FBI, this guy right here. And you wonder why the Republicans in Illinois don't get anywhere. I'm telling you right now, if a guy walks in there, I'm going to beat the living piss out of him, Anderson said. And his supporters cheered. So this is going to cause violence, and it's going to cause violence from dads like me. Stop. You will go to jail. Fine, go to jail. And go to have your kid go to the woman's bathroom then, if that's that big of an issue for you. I wouldn't want a single person in the state to read that record. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that anybody here would come after if you would do something so mundane as to use a bathroom, a simple call of nature, just like going to attack people simply for going into the bathroom. It's sick. Good catch, Shark. It's just sick. It really is just sick. Just listen, okay? I don't typically travel around with weapons. Typically, sometimes I do. Not like, nothing crazy. I don't have like I don't walk around like personally, I will say I don't walk around like War Machine with like a minigun strapped to my back as I just go around doing stuff. That's typically not what I do personally. But it's something that's really important. You need to protect yourself. I guess you do have to be. I guess it's less of you need to be prepared to kill. It's less of you need to be prepared to kill anyone you meet, and I guess it's more of you need to be prepared to kill any Republican you meet, because I guess they're planning to kill you first, which is really weird. Anyways, Party of Unity, I guess. I guess I want to leave this off with just like this. I guess good friend of the stream, the good friend of the stream. I love this person. They're really nice. Lily Hook. Lily Hook is somebody who I've spoken to before. What they do is they compile lists of, and they'll do one thing. They compile lists of political sexual predators and abusers in America. Not just Republicans, but Republicans and Democrats. The Democrat one is just much shorter than Republican one for, certain reasons. Not sure necessarily why. But they do that, and they've gotten a list. A huge list. Let me just check up and see their last one. What, 41? Is 41 what they're at? How many now? How many individual Republican sexual predators, pedophiles, and abusers? 1,025. This person, this is like her goddamn One Piece. She's got 1,025 chapters. Wait, is that more or less than One Piece? Does anybody know? Oh, she's getting close. She's getting close. 1,058 plus. Okay, wait, she's getting close. She's getting there. The pedophile is real. The pedophile is real. Frank Pavone, Trumpist former Catholic priest, defrocked for blasphemous social media posts, accused of sexual misconduct over physical contact. Damn, that's crazy. Jeffrey Bedwell, sentenced to 30 years for molesting child for several years. Not just one, several years. Wow, how that works out. Incredibly crazy. I would say read over some of these. They're actually really important and incredibly enlightening how bad they are. It's the Republican death cult. It's a Republican child abusing cult. Not every Republican is like this. Not every conservative is like this. I'm going to tell you that now. What I'm going to tell you is that way too many are. It's a huge issue for this country. And we can't just stand by and allow these types of things to happen. We have to stop them. We need to stop them. Or else what do we have left? Nothing, I think personally. These people are sick. And I'm personally sick and tired of them. And I'm sick and tired of having to deal with their stuff. And I'm sick and tired of them hurting people. It needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. And if that means progressives get in office and they stop these people from holding any levers of power across the country at all, they have my blessing. I'll tell you that much. Be wary about the Republican death cult. They are real and they're powerful. I'm just telling you what they do and what they believe. They are 100% moving towards terrorism as fast as possible. And in the future, their terrorism is only going to get more pronounced, dangerous, and more pronounced, dangerous, and we have to do something to stop them, or else you could be next. Your children could be next. Your little cousins or nieces and nephews could be next. Anybody could be next. They're indiscriminate when it comes to who they abuse, hurt, and kill. And I think you need to keep that in mind when you go to the ballot box and when you think about what you want to do when it comes to improving where you live and where the people you love live, because it is important. Think about it. And stay safe out there. Come here. Come here. Oh. Hi. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.